Hi, everybody. I'm Aaron Lichtig, and this is OK Zoomer, Conversations with Creative Engineers and More. I am here today with Katy Ayers, and Katy is a wonderfully exciting guest. She is a student at Central Community College in Columbus, Nebraska. But what she's most famous for is she made a canoe, a real working canoe out of mushrooms. Now, specifically the mycelium, which are the fibrous roots of the mushroom that live beneath the soil. So I had never heard of a canoe being made out of mushrooms. And we talked to a lot of creative engineers. This is by far one of the most creative projects I've ever seen. So Katy, welcome. We're really excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Excellent. So first of all, tell us about this canoe, which is called the My Canoe.
Yep, Myco is Greek for fungus, so I thought it was a fitting name. It all started with an English assignment, actually. We were faced with coming up with solutions to help fight toward a greener future and toward climate change action. And I came across this documentary about fungi and realized all the valuable uses that they have, and a few companies who are making products out of it. And when I heard that it was buoyant, I thought, I need to make a boat.
That's awesome. So how did you go from this idea to actually making a real boat that floats on water?
It actually worked pretty perfectly because I was in blueprint class at the time. So I was able to draw up nice blueprints, come up with ideas and brainstorm how to get it done, and come up with things that I could actually afford. So I created a homemade wood steamer with a downspout and a $70 steam machine from Amazon, and then created a wooden skeleton with some old 2x4s I had around and oak lattice to make the actual skeleton, and then paper mache molds and filled it with my mushroom mycelium and the skeleton and hung it in a hammock so that it would be more stable in the water, and then let it grow for a week and took it out.
Nice. And so you have actually been out on the water in this canoe.
Yeah, and it's still functioning. We're hoping we can get it out here in the next couple of weeks.
That's great. So what got you interested in mushrooms and mycology in general?
You know, everyone around here goes around looking for morels this time of year, one of the favorite things, but people often are told not to touch any other mushrooms that they see. So it's kind of that forbidden fruit almost in a way, and it just makes you want to know more. And as a whole, science really doesn't understand all the ways that mushrooms and fungi function. So it's really interesting, and the door's wide open for innovation there.
That's really cool. What are some other types of innovation that you've seen regarding mushrooms or fungi recently?
Well, some of the more interesting ones, I think it's a girl at Kansas State University was actually using it for architecture, and they had it displayed. And they've been using it for seating and vases and packaging, of course, styrofoam replacements, all sorts of interesting things. Right now, I'm actually making solitary bee hotels from the mycelium, and the spores of the mycelium and the exudates, the bees will go and eat and drink those, and it helps their immune system. So we're helping everybody here.
That's incredible. I had never thought of bees as that versatile, that they can be used for marine uses and helping to keep bees' immune systems healthy. That's amazing. Now, what advice would you have for people who have creative or unique ideas like you did as they go about thinking about how to make those come to life?
First off, don't be afraid to fail. There were a lot of challenges that came with this, and we just had to work our way around it. Like, I thought that my mold would hold it all together, but it turns out I needed a hammock. So do whatever you need to just try and make it happen as best as you can. And if it doesn't work the first time, just keep going.
That's awesome. So how did you come up with that idea for the hammock?
Well, I like to sleep in hammocks a lot.
Okay.
And so does Yeah. So it was something, I have a few of them, and I thought, it's the same shape. Let's hope it's long enough. And we actually had to make a stand for the hammock to make it the right length and sturdy enough to hold it. So
That's
there
awesome.
was a lot of different efforts that went into it.
That's great. Katie, this is one of the most creative projects we have ever seen. Thank you so much for joining us. And listeners and audience, we will have a few more guests coming up next week. Katie, thank you again. This has been the latest episode of OK Zoomer. We will see you again soon. Bye.